Okay, so we're going to go to the Start menu and Programs. And of course, I have already downloaded this from my website. And we're going to look at this Nemeth Code Tutor. And bottom line, it has various lessons, and you can go from Braille numbers and basic indicators all the way up to integrals, sigma notation, and limits. And let's just pick something. Let's pick maybe multiplication signs. Okay, so we're going to say okay, and then we have to pick a section, and let's say we want the multiplication dot, and we say okay. And then what we're going to do is we'll get an explanation. So it will go ahead and we'll get a whole explanation about the multiplication dot and some examples. And then we're going to go back to the opening screen and say, okay, we learned all that. Now it's telling us, would you please write 6 times 2? And by the way, this is all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put my fingers on the home keys, and I'm going to see if I can do that correctly, which is numeric indicator 6, your dot time sign, and your 2. And then I'm going to, let me see, I'm going to let them judge me. And let's see, what did I do? Oh, guess what? My finger messed up right there. Can you see that? This is supposed to be a 6. And it's a 2. So in this case, I'm going to just highlight it and get my fingers in there. And now we'll have them judge it again. And now it says correct. Click on the next. And then you just would go to your next problem. And let's see. And by the way, the only way I'm going to be able to do this on the keyboard is if I have 6 key rollover. My computer has to let me be able to type all 6 of those keys at once if I needed to. That's the only way I'm going to be able to do this. So 3.14. Whoops. This is just me trying to, I'm actually going to try to get it right this time. Okay, let me check myself, and I'm going to go ahead and judge, and it says correct, but you could also do show answer, and it would show you the answer. And you saw before that it pointed out where I had made an error. And again, you've got to be careful with those fingers that I'm a little bit at an angle here, but that your fingers are on those home keys. And anyway, you can go all the way through all that and have all those exercises where they give you the print and you braille it. And then you can go braille to print. So now you would be looking at it in Braille. It is a sim Braille, so you get those shadow dots. And in this case, you just take a piece of paper and write down what you think you have here, which is 5 times 4 times 3 equals 60. And because that's a numeric indicator, 60. And then we're going to do show answer. Was I right? Did I say 5 times 4 times 3 equals 60? I believe I did. So again, and then you go on to the next one and do the same thing. And there's several more problems. Now this is the sad part about proofread on this particular computer. In 1997, what would have shown up here was a version in Braille of the problem 4 plus 7 times 4 equals 44. But unfortunately, at the level that I'm at with the Microsoft, let's see, what am I on? Microsoft Windows XP Professional. I think this is Professional XP. It doesn't actually show that proofreading. So how you could use it still is go ahead and just try to enter it like you did. Whoops, I'm having some trouble with this. I think I'm hoping it's just my angle here. 7 times 4 equals. Okay, now I've tried to do, let's see, 4 plus 7 times 4, space equals space, numeric indicator 44. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and say judge, and it says correct. So the hard part about this is we don't have the proofreading anymore, which is such an excellent quizzing type question, because that's what we often do, is we transcribe something and then we have to go back and proofread it. However, it still is able to do this. So it's lost something because of age, but we still can use that. And then if we had been finished with all of our sections, we would have also had a quiz. And it's just grayed out for right now because we are not finished. If we went into section 3, I'll show this to you. We would have had quiz available, and then we would have gone ahead and we would have had all these quiz questions, and again, we'd have to go ahead and braille them in. So I think that you've got an idea of this, and this was developed by the Research and Development Institute and headed up by Dr. Galen Kapperman, and the little about tells you about that, and I happen to be have worked with these folks as well. But anyway, that is the RDI Braille Mathematics project. So let me make sure I can get out of there. Again, this is available, downloadable for free from my website, and let me go ahead and close this out.